Yeah, because I haven't fucking paid attention to them yet. I won't really look at it till tomorrow. Yeah, obviously things are getting bedded now. And hello, Ryan.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Congratulations there, Papa.
How's it going?
How you
Good.
doing?
I am good, tired.
Oh, I would expect you to be a little tired.
3 minutes until showtime.
Hey, Ryan, what reads do you want?
I don't care, dude. Just send them to me and tell me who you want to do them.
Freeze for what?
We're trying to attract some sponsors,
Ah,
Yeah.
so we're gonna throw some lines out in the water and see if anybody picks up on them.
couldn't hurt.
That's yeah. I mean, worst that happens is they're like no, and we move on to another product.
There you go.
I
So
would say. Okay.
2 minutes until showtime.
Ryan, I'm sending you these two on Facebook. Okay. Oh. All right, get the headphones on.
Might help.
Okay.
One minute until showtime.
Tactical nuke!
Make sure that's the right one.
It's been a while since we heard that.
Well, yeah, Blog Talk actually decided to fucking work today.
yo, before we go live, do you guys see the latest Diddy news?
No, and you got 45 seconds to tell us.
Apparently, one of his accusers is a 13-year-old that he drugged and raped after the VMAs in
Oh,
2002. And his personal trainer, who he drugged and shared with his A-list celebrity friends.
class act.
Also, there's a leaked audio. There's a leaked audio from a phone call to him to his son in prison. And the first thing he says is to make sure that he throws away all the pizza boxes.
I don't want to know what the fuck that means, but
Your show
whatever.
will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Tactical nuke incoming! I am a man!
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of The Betting Window on the Nerdport Network. I am your host, F and Ronnie. And boy, dude, we had not allowed to have a lot of pizza boxes around the house.
Recycle them all.
Recycle them all. And with
and
me,
this
as
is-
always,
The Zombie Master, and I got no fucking response to that one.
well, as well as
Captain Stuncock, and I'm as happy as a motherfucker with 1,000 bottles of baby oil.
Yeah, you're happier than the retard at the Chuck E. Cheese?
Absolutely. I'm happier than that one kid that gets bit by the dog because he pets too hard.
and
Jesus Christ.
and we're canceled.
It took this long?
Never!
Yeah, it did.
The P, the I, the D, the D. It took a B2K reference. Oh boy. And ladies and gentlemen, like we said, welcome to the betting window on the Nerdport Network. If this is their first time joining us, welcome. We are a sports betting podcast / sports news podcast where we dive into the good, the bad, and the what the fuck was that in the wide world of sports.
We'll just go ahead and say this stuff.
Ra, you're breaking up, first off.
Real bad.
That might be your phone. That might be your internet. Ra, you there?
I am not at home tonight. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, no, there you go. Now you're better. Can you hear us?
Okay, is that better?
Yes.
I can
Yes.
hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I'm currently not at home, so my shit might be a little spotty.
Yeah, no. Yeah, God forbid. Raider Dave needs a night off.
Look, Raider Dave lost his bet with me this last week, so Raider Dave will not be here this week.
Darn.
Oh, it doesn't mean Hans and Dieter might not join in, but that's a whole different answer for a whole different time.
Whole
And
different
thank
story
you.
for a whole different answer.
Thank you. Good night, and see you next.
No. It ain't that simple. But yeah, like I said, if you have
Yeah.
never been here, welcome. Please follow us on all social media networks. And join us in the live stream on Twitch. And YouTube, as you can ask us anything and we will give you the best answer. On today's show, we dive into the World Series. We dive into someone making a lot more money than they were expecting from a home run baseball.
Oh yeah.
We also dive into possible Hall of Famer talks, our college picks, our NFL picks, along with a bunch of other shit. But first things first, let's dive into the news. And we're going to try something different, and it's sponsored by one of our affiliates of Fanatics.
Yes, Fanatics.
You want to take this one, or should I?
I'm pulling it up right now, man. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. We're testing new shit.
All right. Show your team spirit with Fanatics. We offer a massive selection of officially licensed merchandise from jerseys and hats to collectibles and apparel. Find the perfect gear for your favorite team and elevate your fandom. Visit Fanatics today and shop now.
Yep, link is down in the description below. 10% off of everything, plus we get a kickback from everything else. Diving into the news! Speaking of a home run ball and affiliates getting kickback, the Shohei Ohtani 50th home run ball went to auction and went for $4.4 million.
Did his interpreter buy it?
Didn't say who bought it, but $4.4 million when the Dodgers wanted it for $500,000.
Interesting.
So they were good. So he made $4 million extra in profit. Yeah, I think that's a.
Yeah,
I think that's a win.
I was about to say, you know that. I was about to say, man, you know that dude only paid it maybe a couple $100 for those seats,
Oh, outfield seats, yeah.
if that, like that was literally I mean, that was just sheer dumb luck. Just the odds of being in that seat and catching that home run ball for life-changing money. Oof,
I'm surprised it wasn't Zach Hampel.
lucky son of a bitch.
If you don't know who Zach Hampel is, look him up. Guy's caught more than 12,000 fucking foul balls. Or no, balls in general.
I was going to say, if it was foul, that's a whole different issue. Those tickets are a little more expensive.
He's caught home run ball. He's the guy that caught A-Rod's, I think his 3,000th hit. I think he's the one who caught that.
Would that be, you mean Jeters?
No, I think it was A-Rod's because he wouldn't give the ball right away. He was holding out.
Okay. Yeah, I have no recollection of who that is because I've never heard of him. The only person that I know that's famous for catching a home run ball is the kid from the fucking Yankee game from the Orioles in '96.
Jeffrey Mayer.
Yep.
Who actually was signed for them Yankees as a minor leaguer, and then he just never made it to pros.
Oh, what was I looking for?
I think he's a stockbroker now. Or
Yeah,
something.
I mean, he's still making millions of dollars. He's still making fucking boatloads of cash.
He's still making bank.
Yeah. He's fine.
At least he doesn't have to. At least he didn't buy cases of baby oil.
I mean, listen, the fact that P. Diddy is doing what he is going to be rotting in a jail cell allegedly for God knows how long.
Oh, if he's found guilty on all 3 charges, he's looking at a life sentence.
Hence why I said allegedly.
Well, I mean, we can say allegedly to try to cover our asses, but he's already under indictments for these things. Like, they have the evidence.
They got to go through discovery, so now it all depends on what they can actually find.
Right.
Well, look at it this way: his new cellmate might be Jared from Subway.
No, his new cellmate's gonna be Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, he starts dropping names.
Oh, that's interesting.
Slow nose week.
No, not really. It's just what to actually talk about. Like, the Shohei thing's fine. I'll wait for Christian to come in before we talk about the World Series. But, I can actually hit this. Because it's not really breaking news, but it's breaking news. 4 hours ago, good old Manfred, expects an audit.
Commissioner Buttfuck.
He's. Let me get the frickin' thing out first. Expected an automated strike zone within the next 4 years.
I stand by what I said.
An automated strike zone?
Yep.
Okay. So are we talking about the strike zone stopping to change based on hitter?
So here we go. I think this is exactly what he said at the on the Dan Patrick show today. I think you will see some version of an automatic strike zone in the big leagues in the next 4 years. The technology piece is so robust. Literally, the path of the pitches is tracking as good as 1 to 1/100th of an inch, and it's hard to ignore the technology. AAA has been using a full automated system strike zone since the 2023 league. The league is also testing out challenges. So what it sounds like is we will get an automated strike zone, but it's what we should have been getting in the first place now, is where a batter can get a batter and a catcher get 2 challenges on balls and strikes, and that's it. Like, per batter. Like, if it's close, they can challenge it. Or on a check swing, too. Because I've seen that happen in AAA, too. that you can challenge a check swing, you can challenge a ball or strike, but you only get 2 per
Yeah,
bat.
But how is that any different from calling for a review by the third or first base umpires?
Because
I mean,
it
how many
has.
times have we seen a ball come through and catcher points down to third?
Well, during challenges, that's the thing. If they say, hey, he swung, all you got to do is tap your helmet, goes right to the automated board, takes 30 seconds, does not stop pace of play. They have it on the screen,
Okay.
and it goes.
I mean, as long as it's not affecting the speed of play, they're not affecting the game. I mean, we've all seen those far outside pitches that are called a strike, and you're just like, how the fuck is that a strike?
So, Ryan, do you watch tennis?
I do.
Okay. John, do you?
Nope.
Okay. So you know the challenge system they have in tennis?
Yes.
It's that.
Okay. Oh, that'll work.
They're
That'll be
literally
good.
taking that challenge system and putting it in on a Major League pitching for Major League pitching.
Yeah, I mean, that's quick and easy. I support that.
Yeah. It literally can have it down within 30, not even 30 seconds, and they can be on the next pitch. I don't see why. I think the one thing they need to kind of look at is how college does their pickoff plays. That is the only thing I think they really need to look at when it comes to maybe adding more ways to hold on a runner. Because 2 might be not enough. I understand where they don't want to do, like, you don't want to do it every time, because God forbid if a guy is running out of time, they can just step off the rubber and then the clock restarts. No, like, make it 5. That's the one thing they should really do. Like, make it like 5 where you can hold on a runner, and then after the 5th, make it a balk. You've been showing that the game is still moving on, but you're not then really fucking with the integrity. In college, it's unlimited. But I've also noticed if the clock starts running and they start getting down to 2 seconds and they're not ready to pitch, they'll step off and it means nothing. The clock resets.
Okay.
So maybe that is the thing that they have to take. Maybe that's the next step they need to look at.
Potentially.
Because that might be the idea that, hey, this can make the game, we can still have steals, we can still have offensive plays, but we're not slowing down pace of play. We're not making 4-hour games. We're still doing 2-hour games, but maybe it's 2.5 than 2 hours. And then, yeah, with this automated strikeout, I don't see any issue with this. I think it's fucking perfect. The fact that they're bringing this in, because it's not going to slow down the pace of play. If it was, hey, they got to go under the hood. Nope, bang, boom, 30 seconds, next pitch. And maybe if it's a missed call, they can't, it's their timeout that they take away. And if they challenge the second time and it's wrong, it's an automatic strike. Like, you could easily do that type of shit, and then the game still, like I said, the game does not impact. It doesn't impact the game.
Time will tell.
I think if they do this, it's fucking great. 4 years. I think they have the technology. I think they have the technology now to do it. But maybe it also needs ways they need to put it in. Maybe how they have to put it into the stadiums. Maybe that might be the only issue. But We'll see. 4 years is still a decent amount of time away.
Isn't that going to be after the time after he's gone? He's like leaving in 2028 or 2029. He's leaving.
No, if it's 2028, it would be this. It would be implemented the last year he would be there. And also too, who knows if his successor wouldn't take over? The person taking it wouldn't agree to it. All right, that's a nothing burger right there.
Yeah, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Like I said, time will tell. That's all. We could say time will tell.
All right,
I
so
mean, it's not much different from having that check swing looked at by the third base ump or the first base ump. It's actually a little more streamlined because they can actually see. And how many times, guys? How many times has there been a pitch that's been so far outside the zone? You're like, how the fuck can they call that a strike?
yeah, exactly. It's the angel.
Oh, I remember one that was so bad. Joe Nathan when he got his 300th save.
Right. So I'm looking at this as like this might be a way to keep those angel style fucking umpires in check.
Yeah.
The umpires that decide that those umpires are like, no, fuck this, fuck the players and fuck the game. I decide the pace. I'm the umpire.
I'm the one who knocks.
I'm the tag team champions. I'm a surgeon.
I'm a tag team champion.
Dummy. Dummy. Yeah. Yeah.
Y'all crazy.
I'm a strong, independent woman. Wait, what?
So this might not be a terrible thing.
No, I think if like I said, if they actually use the automated system that they have for tennis and for soccer, it's going to be quick and seamless because it takes them, when it comes to those type of things, especially tennis, it takes 30 seconds and they have 8 challenges and it doesn't slow the game down. It doesn't slow the fucking match down. Unless you have the 2-day marathon matches.
Oh God.
Which in Wimbledon that's a thing, so go figure. Oh God. All right. Other real quick baseball news. MLB wants the Rays to play in Tampa. If Tropicana is unfit to play on, it's gonna be unfit to play on.
It's gonna be unfit to play on, man. That place got
So
demolished.
what it looks like is they might play on their not on their minor league field, on their spring training field for a season.
Oh, well, that field got decimated. That's all I know.
Well, the one thing that no one's talking about with this is how this has come at such a bad time, because the owner of the Rays has been pushing for a brand new stadium and was ready to leave Tampa to go to Edmonton. Like,
Well,
he
they want
was,
to become the expert. What are you?
yeah, they were gonna split home games and go half in Montreal and the other half in Tampa.
How is that gonna work?
Don't know, but now with the field getting destroyed, or the dome getting destroyed, they kind of have. I don't know how they're going to pay for it, but they kind of have no choice but to give them a new stadium. If this is through FEMA, if this is through either if that or they get a new roof, like the Trop is going to get a remodel, or they're going to build a brand new Tropicana field.
I mean, depending on the extent of the damage to the inside of the building after it almost tore
Yeah,
off.
they don't say anything about the inside. They just show the roof is destroyed.
Well,
Yeah, I mean,
anybody could tell if the roof was destroyed.
I would just look for him to get a new stadium.
And like he was ready, like that was a thing that no one talked about, that he was ready to move the team. But like at the same time too, what's weird is you don't really think that the fact that the Rays have been around for almost 25 years.
True.
That stadium is 25 years old.
It's due for a facelift.
Like remember, Brian, I'm going to date us right now. That team
All
was
right.
around Ken Griffey Jr. Slugfest.
I love Ken Griffey Jr.
That's
Slugfest.
why I said I'm gonna date us right. I'm gonna date ourselves right now. That was the first year they were in. It's when Randy Johnson
I
was
would-
still a Mariner,
Still exploding birds with balls.
and A-Rod didn't take steroids yet.
But wait a second. At that time, wasn't he in Texas?
No, he was still in Seattle.
Oh, he was in Seattle. Okay.
Like this was the time when Griffey Sr. retired.
Right.
Like that like the Diamondbacks, what when they were actually called, the Devil Rays. And hello, Christian.
Let it play, brother.
Y'all had to know this was coming tonight.
For the love of God, let it play.
Like, you had to know this was coming.
Yeah, just finish the fucking story and beat the fucking Dodgers.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. All right, who's all on? Just the usual crew?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, because it said Dustin's name on the thing.
Oh,
I'm like,
I'm trying to get. I send the call out. He's welcome to come on.
He's tell you the
Yeah.
truth, he's probably in bed, man. He's working out in Kansas, and he's got to be up at like 3:00 in the morning for work.
yeah, I wanted to rub this in Lindsay Lohan's face.
Ooh, baby, I like it, bro.
Oh,
Lindsay Lohan, I like that.
yeah. How's the little guy, Ryan?
He is wonderful.
Good. That's what I like to hear.
Absolutely perfect. He's it's our third night home.
Nice.
So
When are we gonna see some pictures?
I saw
I
one
will
already.
send them to you. Yeah, we're not posting them on Facebook.
There you go. Nah,
Steph-
man. Because this is one of those things you really just want to enjoy as yourselves.
Yeah, so like people that want to see him, send me a message. I have no problem showing you my offspring.
Yeah, shoot them pictures my way, man.
Here, you know what? I'll just put one here.
Okay, they're pretty fly for a white guy.
Huh?
I am pretty fly for a white guy, sir.
Hey, yo.
Stop squeezing your nuts, for God's sakes.
Yeah,
I would
seriously.
say, listen, I would do the other thing, but that would get memed beyond all belief, and I don't feel like that today.
I think you should do it.
This is more like this though.
Arby's, we have the meat.
Ugh.
But I do have to say that it was rough on Stephanie. And unfortunately, this little guy almost took her out.
Oh, man. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, she so we went in, had the scheduled C-section like we were going to.
Okay.
Big, healthy, 9 pounds, 21.5 inches.
Holy fuck.
Oh, that's a big boy.
He's going to be a D1 football player.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you see the kick you needed a soccer player.
Christian, you might be talking about him in 20 years.
I'll train him.
I'll train
I'll
him.
train him.
After the surgery, there was some complications, and they were having trouble getting the bleeding to subside like it was supposed to after we got to the room. And she, look, they're saying that it was her hormones being out of balance and that she was just cold and shivering. I've seen shock shakes before, and she was going into shock.
Oh, wow.
But
Yikes.
the hospital was absolutely wonderful. They were like, look, we're going to call your doctor. He passed me. I stepped outside to have a cigarette, calm my nerves and call my parents, let them know their grandchild was here. And he drove by. I went back upstairs like maybe 5 minutes later. 3 minutes later, he walked in the room, looked at me, looked at Stephanie. He's like, this is what's going on. You're going back in the OR. 3 minutes later, he was taking her out of the room and back to the OR.
It's going to be really awkward to do that one read now, man.
It'll be all right.
And you know which one I'm talking about.
We'll just push that one.
Can't. That's the college.
Okay, then we'll do it at the end of college.
Okay.
Wait, what's going on?
Yeah, what's going on?
I told you, Christian.
We're doing sponsorship reads, and the one that was coming up
that's
after
right.
that story is not the appropriate one. But everything's fine. Everything's fine. Big healthy baby. Happy as a fucking clam.
Look, I'm sure all he's doing is eating, sleeping, and shitting, right?
That's it.
Yeah.
Like an NFL college student, like a college student.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. So we have a World Series to talk about. After Christian with that lovely, lovely intro.
Mm-hmm.
The Yankees take on the LA Dodgers.
Mm-hmm.
Christian, please beat the living fuck out of those guys for us, please.
It's not going to be easy, but I think, honestly, a lot of people are saying, oh, yeah, he's a happy guy. I could tell. Yeah, Ryan, he looks just like you.
Where you sent? Oh, let me see this picture. Oh, he is cute as hell, boy.
Yeah, man.
And he had a full head of hair too, almost.
Oh no, full head of hair. Poor Stephanie.
Yikes, man.
But yeah, Dodgers and Yankees. I think that's going to be a series that's going to take all 7 games. Both of those teams have been on it this season.
Yeah, they have.
I think if this game goes back to LA, I think the Dodgers might take it. I think
they might.
I think they have to win it in Yankee Stadium.
The only way that happens, we have to come back to the Bronx with at least one game
Oh yeah,
in LA.
you have to split in LA.
Or
take 2.
Or yeah, I would love both of them because Flaherty pitches game 1,
and Yamamoto is 2.
and then I'm trying to think who would pitch game 2 for us. Probably.
It's Rodon and Cole. 1 is Cole,
Yeah.
Rodon is 2.
Yeah, Garrett Cole, the ace.
Yeah, well, prove it now, because God forbid he's gonna be pitching. Well, he ain't pitching game 7. Who the fuck would you have pitch game 7? Oh shit.
He come back on short rest.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like he did in Houston.
That was Houston. He ain't in Houston now.
Where he, pouted and gave up. Which, by the way, Cashman needs to kind of shut the fuck up. It's been 20 years. It's been 15 years.
Yeah.
Hey, let's not bring that up, okay? I had to live through Kurt Warner jamming his thumb and walking off during the last play of the Super Bowl.
We've also had to live Kurt Warner taking the Giants to 4-2 and then saying, "Oh yeah, Kurt, you're retired. Eli's starting."
Pretty much.
In the retrospect, it kind of worked out for the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
But all right, so
It sure did. They ruined that perfect Patriots season.
Yep.
I gave Dustin I bought a Super Bowl patch from the year that the Giants destroyed the Patriots' perfect season. I gave it to Dustin for Christmas.
Matter guy.
So, all right. So the odds, like I said, if it goes back to LA, I think the Dodgers might take it because right now the Dodgers are favored -130 to win the series, and the Yankees are +110. It's, for the most part, it's a coin flip. Couple cents here, couple cents there. Yeah, the Yankees are dogs, but I think that has more to do with each offense and not the pitching, because I think the Yankees have the better bullpen than the Dodgers, but the Dodgers have a better all-around offense.
This series starting in LA or
Yeah, it starts in
New
LA.
York. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then it comes back to New York for it's LA for 2, New York for 3, LA for 2. Just let's pray to God Judge doesn't jam his toe into the center field wall.
Shut up. Why would you even say that?
Actually, no, they're actually shaving that down for that reason.
Why would you? What the fuck?
Because that's a dude. You think that's a story that's been going on the Fan all day today? You
Christian,
think
get out your knife. There's an Achilles waiting for you.
cut Flaherty's? But so all right. So MVP right now they have obviously Ohtani favored. Judge is 4-1. So I think, listen, if you're going Yankees, you got to go Judge at 4-1.
I think that's the safe bet.
Yeah, Christian fucking left.
Why am I not surprised by that one?
Get your ass back in here.
But yeah, Judge at 4-1. I think that's the safe bet. That's the smart bet.
Yeah.
He's hopping the next train to you, Ronnie.
Yeah.
Right, he's on his way.
Hey. Worst case scenario, we just got to go to the Pittsburgh State Gorillas and find that fullback.
Hey, yo.
Can't believe their fucking name is the Pittsburgh State Gorillas. And you can't even properly say his last name without getting in trouble there. Ryan, I sent you that, right?
Yes, Christian will have to handle that name.
Oh, Christian just goes, no, that's not worse than no. I go, bullshit, that's not.
It's right up there with it.
I think
look, Ryan. Look, Ryan. Nephew half Negro. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say.
Like I said.
Okay, fair.
Like I said.
I brought that argument up to Stephanie, and she said no still.
Yeah, that's a black woman. You heard?
Yeah, she's like, no, you don't get the pass. No.
Ryan, make sure she doesn't hear this when you're with me. I let it slide.
Hey, Ryan, all I gotta say
cool.
is,
Sorry about your damn luck.
Well, see, I don't get the pass, but you know, Elias does.
Look, man. Look, man, I'm like Vegas. What happened with me, it stays with me.
That's right.
Still, though, I don't
That's
know.
good
I don't know if you can really say what we saw on Instagram with the fact that there's a player that's named that for the Pittsburgh State Gorillas. The jokes write themselves, but you can't say the joke.
Probably not the best choice of school.
No.
Probably not the right choice of school.
You want to know what I really have to say about this?
Oh, what?
Yes.
The niggatry.
Oh.
Oh Lord, where have I fallen into here?
Maybe if you.
I don't know. Have you seen the video of the little boy mispronouncing Megatron?
Yes.
No.
His dad's like, no, it's Megatron.
Yeah, he doesn't say the M.
No.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anyway, let's get this back on track real quick. What are we thinking for the World Series? All right. First things first. Let's go around the
I'm
horn.
taking the Yankees.
Hold on. Go around the horn. Who are we taking?
All right.
How many games and who's the MVP?
I'm going Yankees. It's going to take all 7. This is going to be a drag-out fight. Your MVP's judge.
Okay. Christian, I know you know. I know you're going to say Yankees. How many games and who's the MVP?
I say, God, I don't normally like to say. I'm kind of superstitious, Ronnie. So
Okay. Oh, all right. Hold on. Other than the favorites, which is Judge and Soto, do you think it might be? Not saying it is, but do you think it could be somebody else? Because I'll tell you right now, I think it's not going to be them that's going to win it.
Nah, I think it's gonna be Stanton if we win it.
There it is, and that's what I'm going with too. I'm going with Giancarlo.
Yeah, I'm taking Giancarlo. I don't know, man. Honestly, the only thing that kind of worries me is our bullpen because
You're better than the Dodgers.
Huh?
Your bullpen's better than the Dodgers.
Yeah, because like I knew we had Game 3 last week and Cleveland lost when that was really the first mistake from Luke Weaver, right? Then the minute Clay Holmes came in, I'm like, yeah, this is a wrap. Then, got it back Game 4. It took a grind out game in Game 4, and then Game 5 was absolutely legendary. This is gonna be fun. You got two legendary teams, star-studded fan bases. Yeah, I can't wait. You couldn't ask for a better World Series. Like, honestly, the last World Series I think I watched in its entirety, outside of the Rangers and Cardinals, obviously, I was really in tune with the Cubs in Cleveland that year in 2016. Like, I thought that was a great series. And being out there when that happened, yeah, it was a fun time, and they ain't done shit since. Houston and the Dodgers the following year was pretty good, right? Like,
Yeah.
I felt Houston should. That's when Houston started cheating. I thought Boston and the Dodgers was going to be a fun one, but that ended up going 5. I just remember there being an 18-inning game.
I think the Cardinals World Series was probably one of the best for the story. Like, the storyline that was played out during that game.
What, the one against the Rangers?
Yes.
Yeah, that was a good series.
To end it in 7 in a walk-off.
No, Game 6 was the walk-off. They just won it.
Right. 6, and then it went to 7. Yeah, but I'm saying, like, the 6 was extra, right? It was a 6-inning and then walk-off in extras to go to 7.
Yeah, I remember that. But, it's going to be fun. I mean, both offenses can really mash the ball. The pitching match in Game 1 should be fun. I wouldn't be surprised if we got a pitcher's duel in Game 1. The Yankees got to come out and set the tone. Like, the Yankees we're never out of a game.
No,
like,
with both offenses, no one's out of a game. So
no. And you know what's funny? I went out to Yankee Stadium when the Dodgers were here in June. Just to kind of get an atmosphere, get a feel for the atmosphere and everything. And oh my God, there were so many Dodger fans. Like, a "Let's Go Dodgers" chant started in the subway. I remember telling John this.
Yeah.
Where's John? He's still here?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just listening.
Yeah. But it'll be fun.
John, what do you think? What do you got?
Yankees in 6, Soto. Enough said.
Welcome to the bandwagon, John.
I don't think it's gonna be Soto though. I think me and Christian are on the same way. I think it's gonna be Stanton.
But I'll give you a dark horse.
Okay.
Austin Wells.
Okay, would you like to know what his odds are at one of our sponsors in Caesar Sportsbook?
Yeah, let me hear it.
80-1.
Oh, wow.
He is, besides pitchers, he is the lowest hitter.
Okay.
Because then, like, you got like Gavin Lux, Luis Heel, Kopech, Weaver. Rodon is 65. Cole is 33. I think the only way you're going to get Cole to even have any fight for MVP is he needs to shut out 1, shut out 4, and then shut out 7. And that goes for Flaherty and Yamamoto too. The only way you're going to have any of those in conversations for MVP would be they need to go and Rodon the 1 or 2 the next game and then show up in 7 on short rest.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
what Kershaw was the last pitcher to win MVP, I think.
What, in the World Series?
In the World Series.
I don't know.
I just got this. Somebody just sent me this. That's a Philly fan.
Okay, John, you know what you tell Philly fans now? Congratulations. We're with you on the fucking couch watching the World Series. Fuck you, you were there first.
Yep.
Oh, by
They
the
were
way,
there first.
yeah, they were there first because we put your ass on the couch. If it wasn't us,
That's
it would have
right.
been Yankees.
So the Mets lost to the Dodgers. That's actually not a bad thing because the Dodgers have been a fucking stellar team.
Yeah.
It was a good series. If
But
the Mets would have
honestly,
won, it would.
it was kind of World Series or bust
For the
for the
Dodgers?
Dodgers this
Yeah.
year. Yeah, I mean, all that money that they put in the 2 guys, Yamamoto and Shohei Ohtani. Like anything less than an NLCS or yet alone a World Series appearance, I think really would have been a disappointment.
Yeah. I mean, they paid what? I think they paid Friedman this year. They paid Yamamoto. They paid...
I know they paid Mookie a couple years ago. Ah,
paid-
shit, I'm nervous to face him.
Paid Mookie a couple years ago. Will Smith got a contract for their catching.
Yeah, because Mookie is a Yankee killer.
The thing... Oh, yeah, but you know what? The one thing that... Would you... Like, as much as Mookie's good, I almost would have rather had the speed of... What's his name? Oh, shit. He's in Philly now. Shortstop.
Trey Turner.
Trey Turner. I'd rather have Trey Turner. He better glove, and better speed.
Wait, they got Mookie playing shortstop?
They had him for a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. I didn't know they still did.
He's been going back and forth between short, second, and right.
Oh, okay. So kind of like a utility guy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Nah, it'll be fun though. I mean, it's special for me, being back out here for this. I mean, 15 years ago when I still had hair, I just knew back then in 2009 we were World Series bound. I mean, the way we would come back and just how loose that team was. And I kind of get some flashbacks of that team when I watch this team. Just how loose the clubhouse is, and the 3 pieces they added. Like the Yankees we never really had guys with swagger. You get what I'm saying? Like Jeter was a nice guy, right? Played hard and everything, but that's all he was just a nice guy.
The last guy that was actually like a villain was probably either A-Rod or Clemens.
Or CeCe. Well, I can't even say.
No,
CeCe.
I wouldn't say CeCe.
CeCe was more
locker room
of
leader.
No, he was more of a heart. What's the word that they say? Like the heart and soul of the team.
Yeah.
But I mean, look, Jazz Chisholm. He brings swagger. Verdugo. swagger. Soto, swagger. That was something these Yankees teams in the past when they were losing to Houston weren't, they didn't have.
Right.
Yeah,
But-
I'll be back, guys. I'll be
Okay.
back. Keep talking, and anything you guys talk about, I'll chime in.
All right. Well, I'll go into what we talked about, and then when you come back, I'll get there. I'll get your opinion. So, all right. So earlier today, I was talking to Christian, and we both said that we think that Giancarlo is going to be the MVP. Is Giancarlo a Hall of Famer?
Yes,
John?
absolutely.
I say no.
Is he a first ballot Hall of Famer?
Now, here's his stats right now. And this is why I say yes, because it's quiet. He is a very quiet Hall of Famer. He's at over 1,500 hits, 429 home runs, and 1,103 RBIs. Now, yes, the last couple years he's been injury prone, but you're also talking about an MVP, a 5-time All-Star, and a 2-time Silver Slugger award. With how his contract is, he's probably going to hit 500 home runs as a Yankee.
Yeah.
Plus, then you add that to his postseason runs. I don't know how you can say he's not a Hall of Famer by just within. Okay, so he missed. I mean, he averages close to 120 games a year. 2019, 2020, and 2015 are his only times he's ever had under 100 games. And 2020 was COVID.
All right, I'm back.
All right, we're talking about, is Giancarlo a Hall of Famer? So you want his stats right now? What he's at right now for his career?
Yeah, can I?
Yeah. 1,551 hits, 429 home runs, a career average of 257, RBIs 1103, with 42 stolen bases. Plus an MVP, 5-time All-Star, 2-time Silver Slugger. I don't count the Home Run Derby champ. And I'm saying, if he, right now he's at this is his 15th year. I think I don't know how much time he's got left on his contract. Let me find that out. Let me see. Contract. If anything, he might have to. Okay, so we have. He's a free agent in. He has a club option in 2029. So he still has four more years under the team. And you're not paying him really a lot. 2025, 32, 29, 25, 25, and then a $10 million option in 2029 on the club. He's got 4 more years. I mean, what? He's got to run into... What he's at? What did I say he was at for home runs right now? 29. He's got to hit 40 a total of, 80 home runs? He's got to hit 20 home runs a year? So, I think he'll hit 500.
Yeah, I can see it.
And
Oh yeah, that won't be an issue.
but the thing is too is what is his money that they paid him comes in the postseason. He is a killer in the postseason.
Yeah, I mean, the Yankees wouldn't have won that series if it weren't for him.
No, I mean he made a run with even when he was in Miami.
Yeah,
Like,
and he's become a leader.
yeah.
Because you heard what he said when he got that ALCS trophy?
Nah.
He's like, look, this trophy's cool, but I want a bigger one. There's something better I want.
Yeah. So, John, why do you like? In your opinion, what do you?
I just think he can't stay healthy, and every year it seems to be like injury this, injury that, and I just don't think I don't think he can remain healthy a full season to actually.
But I don't think he needs to be
All
like.
right.
No. I'm gonna let you finish, but I'm saying I don't think he needs to be healthy for a full season.
But here's my thing, and it's like you asked my opinion, I'm giving it.
Yeah.
I don't think Giancarlo or Glass Carlo, as he's been nicknamed, can stay healthy enough to put up the numbers, in my opinion. I'm just saying that, in my opinion, to make the Hall. Has he been good? Yes. Has he been dominant? Yes. I don't see him as a Hall of Famer. Just saying.
So, you want to say, okay, so I'm just going to read this off right now. His games played from his career to now, starting in 2010. 100, 150, 123, 116, 145, 74, 2015. I think he got hit. I think that's when he got whacked in the face with a baseball. 2014, so he played 145 before that. 74, he was hurt. Okay. 119, 159, 158, the 159 was his MVP year. 18, 23, 139, 110, 101, 114. He's only been healthy for maybe, if you count it, 3 full seasons. And he's still putting up over almost 500 home runs. And he's already put over 1,000 RBIs.
And here's the other thing. Here's the other little wrinkle. And Christian, you can't tell me I'm wrong with this. He strikes out way too much.
Yeah.
He strikes out way too much. He's notorious for swinging at anything and everything. It could be in the dugout, and he's going to swing at it. And nobody here, not one of you guys, could tell me I'm lying.
He's got the same issue that someone like Joey Votto has.
That's true.
You can't compare Votto and Stanton because those are two different players.
Wait, hold on. How?
No. I'm going to say it now. There is a difference.
Excuse me.
Votto was more of a contact hitter, and he had power. But he was also a defense. Okay, you know what? Forget it. I'm sorry I brought it up. I had an opinion. I brought it up. You don't like it?
No. I'm saying bull. It was a home run or nothing for Votto. Votto got up to the plate. He struck out more than anybody in the league 5 years in a row. And by the way, I'm sorry. I understand this is your opinion, but I can also come back at you with my own opinion too.
I know. I understand that. I didn't say that, but when I say it, you're like, bull. You jump all over me over it. Well, I'm saying it.
But you're saying they're not the same person. That's where I'm calling bull. They both are home run hitters or strikeout. It's all or nothing for both of them. The only difference was Votto played in a bandbox.
And Votto also played the field a lot more than Stanton has.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about difference.
That
Votto physically played on the...
In this conversation, that means nothing.
It's a difference. You said they're the exact same player. There is a difference.
Giancarlo in Miami played the field nearly every game. He was a right fielder compared to a first baseman.
In the beginning of his career, yes, you're right.
But also, Votto was a first baseman compared to a right fielder. I don't mean they're still pro athletes, but there's a difference. That's like putting Big Papi out in right field. That's not going to work. It's like Mo Vaughn playing center field. Like, no. Like, Stanton was a different fucking breed. And Votto playing first base, yeah, Votto was a first baseman. There's a different level of athleticism compared to both of them. Like, yeah, but guess what? Okay, then let me ask you this. Who's a better athlete, Pete Alonso or Joey Votto?
There's no comparison in that one because Pete's younger, and Pete actually, I've seen Votto the few games that I've seen Votto play, Votto never gave himself up for a play. I've seen Pete do it on several occasions. Where he'll dive into the dugout, he'll dive into near the stands, he'll try to make the play. Sometimes Votto never did that. Sometimes Votto didn't want to be bothered.
I could pull up stuff in 2010 that probably says different, but that's a whole different issue.
And I remember one game where Votto, he apologized for it, but he was going for a ball in the stands, and a fan tried to catch it, and then Votto grabbed the guy by his shirt like, how dare you? And I'm like, hey, he was in the heat of the moment. I'm sorry. I just don't think comparing Pete and Joey, those are, again, same position, two different personalities, two different types of player. Votto was more old school. Pete's more new school. You got to look at it. When Votto started, when was Votto's rookie year?
07.
Baseball was a lot different in 07 than it is now. Players acted different then as opposed to now. We've all gone on the record with that. Baseball has changed. Game has changed. The way play on the field has changed. So I can't compare Pete and Votto player-wise. I mean, other than position-wise, unless we pull out how many errors did Votto have? How many errors did Pete have? You know, how many assists did Pete have? How many assists did Votto have? You know? I mean, we could go down to the nitty-gritty, but in my opinion, they played the same position, two totally different players. Unfortunately, I actually have to. Pete has the same disease as Giancarlo does. Strikes out way too fucking much. And I'll be the first one to say it. Pete has swung at some ugly pitches in his career that I've seen. Ugly.
Yeah, I mean, Giancarlo struck out almost 2,000 times.
This is why I say that stat alone, I don't think that's Hall of Fame worthy in my eyes.
But yet, his slugging and on base were 345 and on base percentage for Giancarlo was 345, and he's still not done yet, so he still could get that up.
What's that OBPS?
OBPS, OBP was 345. His slugging's 525.
Yeah, dude, he's good.
And 871 for his OPS.
Oh, I'm not saying. Look, I don't want anybody here to think that I don't think that Giancarlo's good. He is good. I'm not saying he's not good. I'm just saying I don't see him as a Hall of Famer in my eyes. I just don't see it. I just have this There's a gut feeling. I just don't see it.
I mean, that's fair though. You cannot see it.
You know what it is? It's like I could look at it's like right now the way Pete's going. Does he have Hall of Fame numbers? Too early to tell. In 5 years, show me Pete's stat in 5 or 6 years. And if he's not, I'll be the first one to tell you. I don't see Pete as a Hall of Famer. I'll tell you. I'll shoot straight. I won't sugarcoat it. And I think there's a lot of people who think Francisco Lindor's a Hall of Famer. The last couple of years, he's proved that he might be. But I think it's still too early to tell on him, too.
Granted, you're also talking about set 15 to 17-year careers to 6.
That's why I said with Pete, it's still too early to tell. It's still too early to tell. And I said, in 6 or 7 years, come ask me again if Pete Alonso is a Hall of Famer, and I'll tell you the truth. Yes or no.
But, okay. I'm going to hold you under the fire with this one, though. Then,
go ahead.
Maybe not Pete, but what about guys like Bonds and McGuire? I'm not counting Sosa, because Sosa doesn't have the numbers to be a Hall of Famer.
We've been through this already.
But
we've been through this at nauseum with Bonds and with McGuire and stuff like that. We discussed this at nauseum. Do they have the numbers? Yes. But there's that ever-loving little punctuation called the asterisk. They played during a time where stuff was prevalent. And I'm sorry, as long as the writers have a vote, and now if the fans had a vote, maybe these guys would be in. But writers have long memories. Writers don't forget shit. As long as writers have a vote, I don't think any of those guys you just mentioned are ever going to see the Hall of Fame unless they visit it on their own.
All right, and I'm going to give you a guy, and this is going to be a sore spot for Ryan, because I think he should be in the Hall of Fame, but I think the writers might keep him out for a while. What about Albert?
It's not a sore spot for me, dude. I love Albert Pujols. The city of St. Louis still loves Albert Pujols.
But here's the thing, and I understand that. Never busted for steroids. But his off-the-field stuff to the writers was a sore spot.
I don't care what he does and says to the writers. The only off-the-field stuff that I pay attention to is the work that he did for the St. Louis community, and especially the...
We both agree with that, but I'm saying the shit with his wife, go look at a lot of the writers, they hold that over him.
Yeah, no, they do. And honestly, that ain't none of their business.
And that goes to everything else that I've also discussed about that.
And this is why I say what I said about the Bonds, the Clemens, the McGuires.
Well, you've said about Bonds that you just didn't like the fact that he bitched during the strike too.
Well, regardless. All right, go ahead, Ryan.
The only thing that Albert did that St. Louis had a problem with was whenever he put his own bronze statue in front of the stadium.
Right.
The year that he left, he paid to have a bronze statue of him put out there with the other ones. And that was the only thing that rubbed St. Louis fans the wrong way, because that's an honor. You earned that.
No, but when it comes to Bonds, look, I'll take my personal feelings about how I feel about him as a person out of the equation. Does he have numbers? Yes. But they use those that accusations that were proven true with him, that were proven true with McGuire, that were proven true with Clemens.
Hold on, I don't even know. I'm not saying you're wrong. They ever prove that Bonds pissed hot?
Oh, I think he came out and said he
I don't know.
Stuff.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I don't know. I don't ever remember him coming out and saying that he took stuff that was under the Balco. McGuire did. You're absolutely right. He came out and admitted saying that it was legal. So we all know that he said that in front of Congress.
I'm sorry. When it comes to Bonds, you look at the Barry Bonds that played.
We all knew he was on something. I don't know if he ever pissed hot though.
I think he did, but I could be wrong.
Yeah,
If I'm wrong, I'll admit I'm
no,
wrong.
I'm not saying I don't know if you're wrong or right. I actually don't know.
But I could have sworn I thought I read somewhere that he said he took stuff that was on the ban list. But he didn't actually come out and say I pissed hot, but he says he took stuff that was not exactly league friendly. In some way, former friend, which in my eyes, you're admitting you took stuff.
Yeah, I'm not saying, like I said, I'm not saying anything. I don't know if that ever was public. I don't know if that was ever a thing. I know McGuire flat out came out and said that he took stuff that was legal. That was like a creatine cream that was legal. That had anabolics in it. That
So
he
did
said,
Clemens.
And Clemens, we all knew that. And like Pennant pissed hot.
You know what? That's unfortunate too, because look, and Christian could back me up on this. I have nothing but respect for Andy Pettitte as a competitor, because that man pitched. I've never seen a pitcher in the postseason pitch better than him.
So you want to know something funny? And Christian, you find this hilarious. A MLB player could get on a plane, fly to Germany, get blood drawn out, get it spun, and take the extracted HGH that was in his own blood, get it put back in him for recovery, and it's perfectly legal under Major League Baseball.
It's doping.
But because it's not, it's doping, but it's not illegal under Major League Baseball rules.
Yeah, and if it's not illegal under the rules, we can't really consider it doping.
But if it's synthetic, it's illegal. Figure that shit out.
Wait, say that last part again?
If it's synthetic, it's illegal. It's doping. But yet someone can go to Germany. Exactly! Yeah, I found that out today. That's legal, and you could go to Germany and get blood drawn, have it spun, and get it put back in you, and it's legal under Major League Baseball rules.
But
that's fucking avatar. That's so fucking retarded. I need an avatar to comprehend it.
But like I said, I mean,
Jesus Christ, dude! Fit me for a hockey helmet and a diaper after that.
Fit you and call you Doofy. Goofy.
Call me Officer Doofy or Jeffy.
Jeffy. The fuck we get ice cream. But anyway, we'll finish this up and go to our college football stuff.
But like I said, bottom line in that regard is like, look, I know you guys all disagree with me, but you know what? You're completely all right, and I'm not mad that you are. But in my eyes, like I said, Giancarlo, in my eyes, I just don't see it. And I can't bring myself to lie and say, oh, I'll just change my opinion because everybody's telling me they disagree with me. Oh, I'm just going to go along with the group. No, I'm going to stand by my word. I don't think he is.
I respect that.
I'm sorry. If I have a feeling when it comes to something, I'm not going to show.
If you're going to have that opinion and you're going to own it like that, fuck yeah.
That's the bottom line. I will never change my opinion just to go along with a group or just to go along with somebody. You know, be it a family member, friend, relationship, nothing. I've never gone back on if I feel something, I stick with it. Regardless if it's a popular or unpopular vote. That's just the way I am. That's just the way I've always been.
Christian, you got the last word on this. What do you think?
Ain't nobody care. Next segment.
Okay. Moving coming to college football. Oh, Ryan, do you want to push that read off or?
Yeah, go ahead and do it. This one's yours.
Oh boy, you're gonna make me do this. All right, fine. Oh, hi there. No, I'm not gonna do it in the voice.
You don't want to do it in the voice, yeah?
Oh.
Good night, folks.
So I'm gonna preference this. So I started going through AI and did promos for our sponsors. This is what I got for this sponsor, and I'm not joking. Our college football picks and segment is from Clap Cleats, sponsored by Clap Cleats.
Clap Cleats.
Tired of slipping and sliding during your workouts? Clap Cleats offers superior traction and stability for any surface. Our high-quality materials and innovation design program provides unmatched grip, allow you to focus on your performance when hitting the gym, practicing yoga, or just simply going for other events. Clap Cleats will keep you grounded in confidence. Our socks are designed to fit comfortably and stay in place even during your most intense workouts. Experience the difference in Clap Cleats and take your performance to the next level. Links in the description below. Again, referral link gives you 10% off, and Nerdport 10 gives you another 10% off. Jesus Christ. I can't believe that was a promo.
Good night, folks.
Could be worse. Imagine if we did it as Hans and Dieter.
Please don't.
If I hear one more Hans and Dieter thing, I will leave.
Do you guys remember the original Clap Cleats promo by Satan that ended with "Even the devil requires consent"?
Yes. Oh, I can't believe that was a fucking promo that I got off of a fucking AI generated thing.
I'm so thankful you didn't make me read that.
Oh, I should make you read the next one, that next one next time.
Fuck that.
Hey,
Hey.
Christian, you missed. I used the customer service voice for mine.
Oh God.
But all right, so there is some college football news before we get into the top 25. Coming down about an hour ago, NC State's quarterback McCall has retired due to injury. And NC State has had a terrible year, so it doesn't really hurt anybody. Grayson McCall.
Yeah, I saw that.
It sucks. The dude's went from Coastal Carolina to NC State trying to get one more year, and just injuries kept him out.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah. I mean, listen.
This is one of those instances where you got to put your health before anything.
Oh, absolutely, dude.
Listen, he even knew he was never going to the pros. So you know he's just going to fall back on the fact that he's got a fucking college degree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know.
As anybody that tries to get into sports or sports entertainment should have.
You know who I'm going to tell you is the prime example of having that backup plan? And he's actually a pretty damn good analyst now. Clark Kellogg.
Yeah.
Because he was a highly sought out prospect in the NBA draft when he was at Ohio State, I heard. And he ended up getting drafted by the Indiana Pacers. And unfortunately, he hurt his knee. And it was an injury he could never really recover from. So he went and had his communications degree, and ever since then he's been talking the game.
I mean, that's the same thing. I mean, another great example is look at someone like Pat McAfee.
Yeah.
Oh, boomstick.
I mean, But what's funny is do you remember what he was doing when he got out of the NFL?
I do not know.
Right?
What?
Wasn't it wrestling?
No, he was the third man in the booth for games with Mike Golick Jr.
And look at where he's at now.
So he was doing like the third, like the MAC. He was doing Conference USA games. He was doing like the low grade Saturday games that literally no one gave a shit about. So he went from that to then starting his own podcast to where he's at now and make fucking shit. He's making buku bucks.
I mean, the dude is also like a natural born entertainer.
Oh yeah, I can't believe this is about to happen. Fucking Liberty's about to lose to Kennesaw State.
Oof.
Liberty hasn't lost a game. Kennesaw State hasn't won a game. Yeah. But no, I mean, Sam Houston became bowl eligible after their win last night. Cool. Christian, Curtis Rooker out indefinitely, broke thumb injury.
I heard.
That's a big problem for Indiana if they want to stay undefeated.
Yeah.
Texas back to Ewers. All right, so Ewers. Okay, that happened. I was gonna say that happened 4 days ago. So they switched back to Ewers for Georgia. Okay. Missouri. Cook Nolan is out for Missouri when they go and face Alabama this week.
Yeah, I recently read about that.
Without Cook and Nolan. Sorry, Nate Nolan is the running back and quarterback Brady Cook. Yeah, that's not good. That's why Bama's a 14-point favorite. But, all right, let's dive in to the top 25. Only one team is officially out this week, and that would be Michigan.
Me.
But, the bottom half of this list is very interesting. Because number 25, the magic of Tennessee, and Diego, fucking Vanderbilt, number 25. And they got Texas this week. Should be interesting. Navy is number 24. Undefeated Navy. And 23 is undefeated Army. I still think Navy is the underrated team out of those two.
Yeah.
I'll stand by that. The fact that, like I said this to Christian, there's a dude that can run a qualifying sprint 100-meter dash in pads. That's on Navy. He runs a 10-second. He runs a fucking 10-second 100-yard in pads. That's insane. All right, 22 is SMU. Hey, Christian, real quick question for you on this.
I might have an answer.
If SMU runs the table and makes the ACC title game, they in the playoff?
I can see it. I think what will further solidify their spot is
they have to beat. I believe they play. No, they do not have Clemson or Miami, so it would be a 3-way tie. I mean, right now they're 22nd, so they would have to kind of. Oh, who knows? Because right now it's the computers. So who knows what the committee's going to do?
Right.
All right, 21. Speaking of the committee, Missouri, number 21.
Fuck 'em.
Number 20, Illinois.
Yeah, they have a big game this weekend.
Yep, in Eugene. Number 19, Pittsburgh. 6-0 Pittsburgh.
All right.
We've got a big game on Friday. 18, Ole Miss. I think they're going to be the team that is going to be the one that gets left out of the playoffs for the SEC. Number 17, the Blue Turfs of Boise State. Their title contentions are their possible playoff bid lies heavily on Friday. Same with number 16, K-State. Number 15, Alabama. Number 14, Texas A&M. Number 13, College Game Day's going there, Indiana.
Yeah, they've been a pleasant surprise this year.
Yeah. Number 12, Notre Dame. Listen, we always pick Notre Dame games, so we'll be talking about them very soon. Number 11, the Frauds of BYU. Number 10, Iowa State.
Okay. Or wait, say Iowa State's number 10?
Yep. BYU is 11. Number 9, Clemson. Number 8, LSU. Number 7, Tennessee. Number 9, another fraud team in the ACC, Miami. Sorry, Ryan, they shouldn't be 7-0. They're a good team, but they should have two losses.
You just can't let me enjoy this, can you?
Hey, listen, if they can run the table and win the ACC, they're gonna have a bye.
That's what I'm fucking hoping for. But they shouldn't be there. You know what, Ronnie? I don't need your fucking negativity right now.
Even though they shouldn't be there?
I don't need your fucking negativity right now.
Oh, number 5, Texas.
Tejas.
I'll get to them when we get to our picks. Number 4, fuck the Buckeyes of Ohio State. Number 3, Penn State. Number 2, Georgia. And number 1, Oregon. The Ducks are number 1, and almost unanimously.
Yeah, I kind of had a feeling that would happen when Texas lost that game the other day, but I don't know if I completely agree with Georgia being number 2.
Do you have them at 1, or do you have them lower?
I actually, mine was Oregon. I had Penn State at 2. And then I had Georgia at 3, Texas at 4, and, it could be a toss-up between Tennessee and Ohio State at 5. I mean, Tennessee really had to grind that game out. That win, to me, saved their season.
So the reason I will tell you probably why Penn State and Ohio State are 3 and 4 is because they had byes.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
and they play each other next weekend.
Yeah. Yep. I think the team I'm worried about the most out of this is surprisingly might be Texas.
Yeah, I still think Texas is the best team in the country.
Yeah, but I think I understand that people want to say that the Commodores probably should not have a chance, but I mean, they beat number 1 Bama it wouldn't shock me if they came in and beat Texas, because it's a service academy type offense that Diego Pavia knows how to run because he ran it in New Mexico State. And when these teams, and when the stat is right now is over a 14-point dog, he's 6-0. Straight up. Like, not the spread. No, he's straight up 6-0. From being from New Mexico State to now. And he's what people are starting to call him, the SEC killer, because he took out Auburn and he took out Alabama. Now he's going to take out Texas. I mean, and he's taking out Kentucky. The only team that they've lost to is Missouri and Georgia State, but I think he didn't even play. I think Georgia State was like half the people was hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting, but let's get into our picks. And we will start out with the marquee games before we get into it. Syracuse rolls into fucking Heinz Field to take on Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is a 6-point favorite.
Cuse.
So, Pittsburgh hasn't been 7-0 in God knows how long. I think the train keeps rolling. Give me Pitt all day with the cover. Ryan?
I'll take Pitt.
Yeah, I like Pittsburgh. They've been such a feel-good story, both them and Indiana. I think Pittsburgh keeps this rolling.
Yep. Right. Next.
Be right.
Okay. Next game is pretty much the Mountain West title game before the Mountain West title game. Boise State is a 3.5-point favorite against UNLV. This is being played in Allegiant Stadium. I think UNLV. So, as much as I like UNLV, I think the fact that they can stop the Go-Go's, the Go-Go formation and UNLV, I think Boise State squeaks this game out. Maybe doesn't cover, but give me the boys in the bluegrass. Give me Boise.
Yeah, I'll take Boise.
Boise.
Christian, you back or no? All right. He's not back yet. So I will get this from him later, but this game. Notre Dame is a 12-point favorite against Navy. Both teams are ranked in God knows how long. Navy is coming in with nothing to lose, everything to gain, and Notre Dame is coming in with a loss this game. They are pretty much out of the playoffs. Ryan, who you taking?
Who is it?
Notre Dame, Navy.
Give me Navy.
John?
Navy.
Christian, you back? Nope. All right. I got to keep fucking asking because I don't have everything set up. All right. Like I keep saying, the kid has a freaking 10 flat 100-meter dash. Notre Dame is not like the wing T, and they have seen this before, but this is a different wing T. I'm sorry. It's in East Rutherford. bringing it back. Navy beating Notre Dame, and the miracle run continues. Christian.
I'm gonna say Navy.
Cool. Boise State, UNLV.
Oh, Boise, all day.
Yeah. All right, you didn't miss much. Those were the only two. We all took Navy, by the way.
Okay.
All right, Illinois is going to Eugene, Oregon to take on the Oregon Ducks. The Ducks are a 21.5-point favorite. Listen, Illinois has been really good this year. I think more people have been shocked that Illinois has been holding up. Maybe they cover this game, but the Ducks are going to roll.
Yeah, I previewed this one yesterday. Illinois has to start quickly, and they got to continue to run the football. They cannot jump out their box, nor can they get out of their identity, because if they do, they're going to lose even more. This crowd is going to be a lot for Illinois to overcome. Austin Stadium is one of the toughest places to play in college football. Oregon's offense, they may not be as quick as what they've been in years past, but they're more efficient now, and they know how to pick their spots. They still have weapons. They still know how to get the ball to the open receiver. I like Oregon at home. I think they can win this by at least 2 touchdowns.
Yep. Rye?
Who is it?
Oregon and Illinois.
Give me Oregon.
Oregon.
All right. Next on the list is I already know what Ryan's thinking.
Yep.
It's not even. No, it's not Miami. It's the other. It's the team you hate.
know.
Mizzou taking on Alabama.
Greenbow?
Greenbow.
Greenbow, Alabama.
Alabama.
Yeah, I think Bama wins this one. You know, they're going to come in pissed off because they felt that was the game they should have won last week. But give all these teams that Alabama is playing, give them a lot of credit because they're containing Jalen Milroe and they're saying, hey, we're going to dare you to beat us from the pocket with your arm.
I think if this game was being played in Missouri, this game might be a lot tighter than people be letting on. But because this is in Tuscaloosa, yeah, no, roll fucking Tide.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide, roll. All right. Like I said, Diego Pavia hosting Texas. Texas is coming into Vanderbilt. Texas is an 18.5-point favorite.
Texas.
Yeah, let's go Texas. 18-point favorite. Yeah.
Christian?
This is who?
Texas and Vandy.
See, you did bring up an interesting point about this being an interesting game, but here's the thing. Texas is leaps and bounds better than Alabama. Could Vanderbilt make it interesting? Yeah, because it's any given day. Any team can be beat. But I just want to see how Texas regroups because they got punched in the mouth. Remember, I called that game on Saturday, and they were punched in the mouth. I mean, Georgia bullied them, and I think Texas is going to be angry because the team what happened to them on Saturday against Georgia, Texas has been doing that to teams all year long. And I think they get back to that on Saturday. I like the Longhorns.
So, I would love to see Diego come in and just upset another apple cart and piss a lot of SEC fans off. Because if they put the second loss on Texas, pretty much meaning they're SOL when it comes to that. Really, it's making the Texas A&M game a play-in game to get to the to the playoffs, which that's in Kyle Field. That's not a win for anybody. I think they keep this game close. I would love to see Vandy do it, but I think Texas squeaks this out by a touchdown because I think Ewers is not going to... I think he's going to find a way out of this game to where he's going to get benched. I think Manning comes in and takes them over the top. So give me Texas, but I don't like... Give me Texas, but give me Vandy with 3 scores. Vandy's going to keep this game close. I would love to see fucking Diego upset the apple cart on this one because that would be fucking hilarious. All right, next. Christian, give me your keys to the game. We got LSU and Texas A&M.
Yeah, I do. I really like what I've seen from LSU since the opener. Remember, I covered and I broke down the opening game against the USC Trojans. Garrett Nussmeier has really grown within this system. They're not telling him be like Jaden Daniels. They're not telling him, okay, do what he did and we have a chance to win. No, be yourself. Be the best possible version of you. And we're going to go far. We're going to go with you and we go as far as you take us. Still a little concerned about the LSU defense, but their offense sustains enough drives to kind of keep the defense off the field. And as far as Texas A&M, the last time I saw them, they were putting a hurting on Missouri, and they brought Connor Wegman back in. Connor comes in and he looks sharp. Marcel Reed is good. He's a nice versatile threat, but Connor has the arm. That's the one thing that Marcel doesn't have. So, I just think this game is going to come down to who can prevent the explosive play from getting down the field. That and, can LSU try and get the running game? Can LSU march in to Kyle Field, and can they take the crowd out the game? That's a tough place to go and get a win. Both teams have really improved since week 1. Texas A&M losing that opener against Notre Dame, and then LSU falling short to USC.
Yeah, A&M kind of needs this game if they want to. Again, they need this game. They need to almost pretty much win out to even have a chance to either A, get to Atlanta, or B, find their way into the top 12, the top 11. I think they do that because this is, like I said, this is in Kyle's Field. I got to take A&M. Right?
A&M.
John, A&M?
Yeah, I'm going to go.
All right, next, the battle for the, I don't know what they call this rivalry. Kansas, K-State.
The Sunflower Battle.
Sunflower Battle, thank you. In Manhattan, K-State, a 10-point favorite. This is pretty much the game. The reason this game is on the list is because K-State needs to win this game to keep themselves in the running to get to the Big 12 title game, because with BYU and Iowa State ahead of them, they pretty much need to win. Throw this game out the freaking door, though, because it's a rivalry game. And for the most part, it is a rivalry game. I think K-State takes care of their business, wins this game by two touchdowns. Give me K-State.
Yeah, I like Kansas State. I just think they're too much for.
It helps that this game is in Manhattan.
Yeah. I remember I previewed this game last year.
Yeah. Rye?
What's the game?
Kansas, K-State.
This is a lose-lose for me. Give me K-State.
John?
K-State.
Okay. All right. Now to the games that weren't marquee enough, but that were games that we normally always pick. Rutgers flies to the Trojans and takes on, God forbid, Rutgers and Trojans. They don't mix.
No.
Ooh, baby, I like it raw.
The Trojans are a 14-point favorite taking on Rutgers. Give me USC. Rutgers flying all the way out to the West Coast. It's going to fucking kill them, especially at it's a 10:30 fucking game. I would normally call Pac-12 after dark, but there's no such thing as the Pac-12 anymore. Fuck you. Give me USC.
USC.
This game, I feel, can go either way.
First things first, Rutgers' defense needs to actually show the fuck up.
Right.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
Yeah, everyone does. It's all good.
Ooh, baby, I like it
Raw.
There you go.
Shut up.
Shimmy, shimmy, y'all, shimmy.
Shut up, Ronnie. Nah, I feel this game can go either way because USC, they're so inconsistent. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They, like, 1 minute they look good, and then the next minute they're struggling. You get what I'm saying?
This is both inept. Both these teams are very inept. It's either what team is waking up on the right side of the bed.
Exactly. Man, I feel this can go either way. Like, I really do. Wow. I'm stumped on this. I really am. So I think the key for Rutgers is gonna be can they sustain the injuries, because their injury report is really growing. And, we've seen it the last couple of weeks against Wisconsin and UCLA, because they were able to hang a combined 87 points on them at home.
Yeah.
USC, I don't think they were meant to be a Big Ten team because they can't handle the physicality. You know what I'm saying? But the one thing about Rutgers is that defensive line has really struggled to apply pressure on the quarterback. And I think this is going to be the best offense that Rutgers will have played all year long. I'm going to go USC. I'm with you.
Right?
I'm Christian.
Yeah, all going Trojans. God forbid Rutgers and Trojans don't mix.
Yeah, I just threw some out.
Listen. As long as you're not part of the statistic, you're good.
Why I got to be part of the statistic?
Because 1 out of every 3.
Hey, yo.
And if you know, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, baby, I like it raw.
All right, last one. Oh, shit. All right, Penn State is a 6.5-point favorite over Wisconsin. This is a classic look ahead. Penn State has Ohio State next week.
They do.
So, does Penn State falter? I believe this is in, I could have wrote this down wrong. Is it in the, it's in the jump around. It's in Camp Randall.
Okay.
Like, this is a 7:30 game, primetime game in Camp Randall. And it's a look-ahead spot. This is a look-ahead letdown. Wisconsin could come out and beat Penn State. because you know the crowd's going to be hyped. If this was a nooner, I would be less worried, but this is a 7 o'clock game, and there's possible rain in the forecast. With that little wrinkle right there, Penn State's got the better run defense. Give me Penn State.
Yeah, I like Penn State as well. I think they handle their business, and most importantly, they don't look ahead.
Now, they may not cover 6.5. They might win by 3, but because of the rain, I think. But yeah, you're right. Rye, what do you got?
Penn State.
John?
I'm going with Wisconsin.
All right. Oh, boy. Hey, Christian, time for the Battle of the Paul Bunyan axe. The Paul Bunyan trophy, Paul Bunyan axe. I liked it better when it was a fucking axe, not a goddamn trophy.
Oh, you talking Michigan State and Michigan?
Yep. Michigan
Nice.
is a 3.5-point favorite with the inept fucking offense that is Michigan. Give me Sparty. I gotta go with the yes movement. Give me Sparty.
Yeah, I like Michigan State as well. This Michigan team, they're just not as strong as they've been in the last 3 years, mainly because they have inconsistent play at quarterback.
Okay. Ryan?
I got Sparty.
John?
Give me the team from Michigan.
Ha 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 ha.
Christian, you want to pick for me?
He's taking Michigan State.
There you go.
All right. Temple takes on ECU. I don't give a shit. We picked Temple. Congratulations.
Ain't nobody care.
ECU's gonna destroy you.
No, Christian, you got to say it right.
Don't nobody care.
There you go. You're going to say it right.
Yeah, we're just gonna all say ECU because God forbid Temple's one of the drizzling shit teams.
Mm-hmm.
But speaking of,
they're the drizzling Krishits?
I would say drizzling shits, but guess what? We have to go to the island now, where Nevada is a 1-point favorite over Hawaii. I got to take the Wolfpack. I can't. Like, it's... The fucking... Hawaii has been awful. I got to go Nevada. Right?
Yeah, give me Nevada.
Nevada.
All right. That was our picks for college football. Now let's move over to the NFL. We'll do our picks first, and then if there's any news and any time left, we'll jump into that. But our picks for the NFL is sponsored by another affiliate in Caesar Sportsbook. And get the fucking promo. God damn it. All right. Elevate your sporting betting game with Caesar Sportsbook. Enjoy a wide range of sports marketing, competitive odds, and exciting promotions from football to basketball, baseball, and even hockey. Hey, guess what? We're number 2 in hockey podcasts. So, hey. We got you covered. Plus our user-friendly 24/7 customer service. Win big. Download the Caesars app and start joining today. Promo code down below in the link below. $50 gets you $50, and it gets us $50 for our bets for the week. It gives us a little kickback. It will help you guys out. But, all right. Ready for the NFL?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm looking at a UFO.
Christian, you gotta send me what you got for NFL again.
I got you.
Yep, but I know you don't have the first one. So Minnesota for the Thursday night game takes on the LA Rams. Ryan, don't even answer.
You know what? I'm going to answer though, because I'm gonna say Minnesota, and I'm gonna say why Minnesota.
Okay.
I'm going to say Minnesota because they put up a hell of a fight against the Lions.
Oh yeah.
I think they can take the Rams. It's not because like of my whole like fuck the Rams mentality, especially now that they're trying to buy fucking their old training facility back from the city of St. Louis for $1.
Are they really?
Yeah, dude. $1
That's a
For
little. That's a little douchey.
for their old training facility that's sat fucking vacant, in Earth City since they left. But no, what the Vikings showed me against the Lions, because dude, let's be honest, guys. Last week the Lions were on fucking point. They put up a fight against that. I don't
Yeah.
think the Rams are going to be a problem. So, fucking blow the war horn. Give me the Vikings.
Yeah, Shulk. Give me Minnesota.
Yeah, I like the Vikings as well. The Rams, they just don't have the firepower. There's a possibility Puka Nacua could come back, but I just think this Minnesota defense is a little too tough for what the Rams are about to see. Lots of exotic looks, lots of pressures, lots of stunts up front, and they force turnovers as well.
Did you see that they tried to go after Cooper Kupp, the Chiefs?
I did.
Yeah.
I think he's going to end up a Raven.
Yeah, John, who are you taking?
Minnesota.
All right. The New York Jets are a 7-point favorite over the New England Patriots.
Well, now that Hassan Reddick finally fucking signed.
If the Jets lose this game, you might as well just start trading everybody. Give me the Jets.
Yeah, Jets.
Look, this is one that can go either way. I mean, I know New England hasn't necessarily been the best, but they're a train wreck right now. Seriously. They fire the coach. They bring in Devontae Adams, and them bringing in Devontae Adams is like them installing new carpet, but they have issues with the ceiling. You get what I'm saying?
It's like putting a chandelier in a haunted house.
Bingo. Because I need to know. You were up in that game, and you still got demolished at the hands of the Pittsburgh Steelers. But like I keep saying, the Jets have that notion that Aaron Rodgers can still win games with his arm, and he's showing you that he can't. No. New England has lost 7 straight games at home, and I know Devontae Adams really didn't do a lot in his debut the other day, but I think that changes. I like the Jets.
Yeah, I like the Jets in this one.
All right, next, the Commanders. Or, sorry, not the Commanders. The Eagles are a 2.5-point dog over the Cincinnati Bengals. I
2.5 points. We're talking a field goal or less.
Yeah, over against, but Philly are dogs. It's in Cincinnati. That's pretty much the only reason why they're dogs.
Yeah, man, but if that Cincinnati crowd gets in their fucking head.
Yeah, but if Saquon has another game like he did against the Giants.
I'm going to take the Bengals, man. This is gonna be a field goal game.
Okay. John?
Philadelphia.
Christian?
I'm gonna take Philly. Yeah, the Bengals have gotten back on track, and they won their 3rd straight game. And they smacked Cleveland around, but Philly's gonna slow this game down. They're gonna run the ball. The Bengals struggle to stop the run, while on the other side, Joe Burrow's gonna want to sling this ball up and down the field. Man, this can go either way, but the Eagles to me have really been clicking since AJ Brown has come back. He's the guy that really makes this offense go. Remember, I said it a couple of years ago. His impact is very similar to Terrell Owens 20 years ago because he does things to impact the game in more ways than one. He can block on the perimeter, and when they're running the ball, he goes over the middle. He makes those catches in traffic, and he stretches the field. I mean, he truly is Jalen Hurts' number one option for a reason. I'm gonna take Philly here because I think they're due for another big road win, and I think they can do it. You saw how they were able to ugly the game up against the Saints in New Orleans all those weeks ago. I think they can do something similar to this in Cincinnati.
Yeah, I got to take the Eagles because I get if this was further out west, I would say Cincinnati has a good shot at being beating Philly, but it's Cincinnati. It's a bus ride for them. Give me Philly. I think Saquon has another game like he did against the Giants and gets right. All right, next, the Green Bay Packers are a 4.5-point favorite over the Jacksonville Jaguars. Yeah, go Pack, go.
Go.
Yeah, definitely Green Bay.
All right, Detroit Lions are an 11-point favorite over the Tennessee Titans. Oh, God, that's pitiful. Detroit.
Yeah, the Lions.
I don't think Ryan even wants to say it. You're taking Detroit, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Atlanta is a 2.5-point favorite over Tampa Bay with no Evans, no core receiving for them anymore. It's got to be Atlanta. Atlanta or nothing.
90 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, Atlanta. Right, John. What do you got?
Atlanta.
Christian.
I like Atlanta in this one. No Chris Godwin. Wishing him a speedy recovery, and Mike Evans is going to be out for a couple of weeks, and that's pretty much their offense. If there were ever an opportunity for Atlanta to really take control of the NFC South, it's this one, and I think they do it here. They bounce back after struggling against Seattle. I like Atlanta on the road.
Okay. All right. So this is interesting. The Cards are facing the Dolphins. Miami's a 3.5-point favorite. I believe this spread is only the way it is because Tua will be back. And I believe he's being forced to wear the Guardian protector.
10 seconds.
I believe that is the only reason he is allowed back. He has to wear the Guardian helmet. Does him possibly coming back make this game? Do they beat the Arizona Cardinals?
Yeah, I think they can because you're gonna see a complete 360 within that offense when Tua's back on the field. Look how much they've struggled to push the ball up and down the field when he hasn't been there. And I think they're gonna get back to the basics. Get Achane involved. Jalen Waddle. Of course, Tyreek Hill is going to do what Tyreek Hill does. Yeah, I like Miami in this one. But I do think Arizona makes it interesting.
Miami.
Rye?
I'm going to take Miami.
If Tua is back, this is a Miami win. But he practiced today. So that it's looking like he will be playing. But one wrong hit, and this could be bad. Granted, I think that's why they're making him wear the fucking Guardian helmet. I think Miami wins. They don't cover, but I can't take... I can't sit here and take Kyler Murray with how he's been playing either. All right. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is going to be a rout. Baltimore takes on Cleveland. Baltimore's a 9-point favorite. Ha ha. Very funny, motherfucker. Give me Baltimore.
Baltimore.
Cleveland can make this tough. That's all I'm going to say. They can't. It's been their offense that's been struggling because I don't think Cleveland is as bad as the 1-6 record shows. But the way Baltimore is playing right now, Lamar is playing at an MVP level once again. And so is Derrick Henry, if we're being real. He's on pace for 2,000 yards rushing with the way he's been running. The way Cleveland has a chance in this game is if they throw the ball and they stretch the field because Baltimore's not that good when it comes to stopping the pass. They're ranked 31st. Baltimore does win this, but I think this game is a lot closer than a lot of people anticipate it to be.
Well, the question is who's the starter? Because if it's Jameis, yeah, this game's a lot tighter than it should be.
Yeah, Jameis.
Yeah, I was going to say, they have not officially announced the starter yet. They're going to do that Friday. All right. Next, I believe it's something on. Is that what you're doing? No. Okay. Yes, actually. All right, Christian, you are previewing this. Indy takes on Houston. Houston's a 5.5-point favorite. What do you got?
Well, the Colts, I think they need to go back to Joe Flacco because I can guarantee you that if he plays in that game against Miami on Sunday, the Colts win this by at least 10 or 15 points. I just don't know if Anthony Richardson is it. Yeah, he's talented, but I think he needs to study how to be a quarterback because he's taking too many unnecessary hits. I just think this team has a better shot of competing when Joe Flacco was on the field. You see more of a traditional offense. Houston, that was a tough loss, and C.J. Stroud did not look good in this game, and I know he's going to want to bounce back in a big way. I preview this one on Friday. Be on the lookout.
Okay. I think, like you said, if Flacco is in, Indy has a good shot, but I think with how Houston, if I'm betting this, I'm taking the over, but give me Houston.
I'm going to take Indy.
Right? Is he there?
Yeah.
Ryan. He might have stepped away. All right. I can get that from him. If he stepped away, I can get that from him later. New Orleans is a 7.5-point road dog against the LA Chargers. New Orleans doesn't know what they have right now in Spencer Rattler. They have nothing. Hill is even hurt. Yeah, give me the Chargers.
Chargers.
Who have the Chargers beat? They beat the Raiders, they beat the Panthers, and they beat Denver. And look at their losses. You lose to the Steelers, playoff team last year. Lose to the Chiefs, playoff team last year. Then you lose a game that you should have won against the Arizona Cardinals. They're leaps and bounds better than the Saints. The Saints are a mess right now. I definitely like the Chargers at home. They get back to the basics. They're gonna run the ball. Herbert's gonna just have to control things.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Houston.
Yeah, I saw your thing. So, all right, Chargers or New Orleans?
Give me the Chargers.
All right, next, the Buffalo Bills are a 3-point favorite against Seattle. A travel spot. That's the problem with this game. It is a big-time travel spot. I don't trust this game at all. I think Seattle, because they're home, has a very good shot at winning this. But I'm gonna take Buffalo because Buffalo's been on fire.
Yeah, Buffalo.
Yeah, I like
Buffalo.
the Bill. Yeah, I like the Bills in this one. There's no DK Metcalf for Seattle, and he's a large chunk of their offense. For Seattle to win this game, they need to establish Kenneth Walker III early and often.
Yeah.
All right. Now this is a spread I don't get. I mean, unless what's his name is not starting, but Chicago was a 1.5-point favorite over Washington. Want to tell me how that's possible? Because this is in Washington. I can't see Washington being a home dog unless what's his name is not playing, and I think he's practicing and is healthy. Give me the Commanders.
Yeah, Commanders.
Go Commanders.
I'm actually going against all of you guys. I'm taking the Bears in this one. I just think that defense is going to be a little too much for whoever is at quarterback. Yeah, if Jaden were playing, I'd probably lean toward the Commanders, but I like what I'm seeing from the Bears. Caleb slowly but surely is gradually climbing the ladder. They're not relying on him to do just about everything. And defensively, the Bears are always going to have an elite and a stout defense. Yeah, I like the Bears on the road. I think they can win this game by at least 10 points.
Yeah. Where is it? Jaden Daniels did not participate in practice, but he's still questionable today.
You know what? Listen, I'm glad the Commanders learned their lesson because I remember 2012. They had a guy that they thought was the franchise quarterback then, named Robert Griffin III, right? Hurts his knee. He comes back for that wild card playoff game against the Seattle Seahawks, re-injures that same knee, worse, and he's not the same. If I'm the Commanders, I would sit Jaden Daniels because there is nothing on a football field you can do with hurt ribs.
And also, too, the one thing that's the positive is look at who their backup is. Look at who his backup is.
And this is why it's always important to have a quality backup.
Well, not even that. This is also possibly one of the best backups you can have because
and Marcus Mariota,
he knows the system. He's a running quarterback. It's not like
bingo.
It's not like Marcus. It's not like you have like Peyton Manning and backing him up as Mariota. It makes no sense.
Right.
All right. Next on it is the Carolina Panthers versus the Denver Broncos. Denver's a 9-point favorite. Ha ha! Very funny, motherfucker. Denver.
I'm pretty sure this thing in the sky is in Denver.
Yeah, Denver.
Yeah.
And Carolina is starting Bryce Young again. You heard that?
Yeah, that's why this spread should not be 9. This spread should be 11. Oh, speaking of an embarrassing game, the Kansas City Chiefs are 10-point favorites over the Vegas Raiders.
I'm so glad Dave's not here.
Give me KC.
Patty Mahomes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kansas City.
All right, Christian, you are calling this one. The Dallas Cowboys All right, 4.5-point road dog against San Francisco.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a must-win for both teams. I think a lot of people expected these teams to be at the very top of the NFC. Dallas, they have no identity. Their identity was running the football. Again, they're just like the Jets. They have this notion thinking Dak Prescott can win them games with his arm. He's not that guy. He's at his best when he has a running on. He's able to use play action, and then he can handle the rest. They should have never got rid of Tony Pollard, and they should have at least entertained the thought of Derrick Henry. Defensively, they're not punching teams in the mouth left and right. I know Micah Parsons has been out. I know DeMarcus Lawrence has been out, but other guys got to step up. And as far as San Francisco, they're decimated with injuries. I mean, I know Debo was just out
he's out of the
just
hospital.
dealt with pneumonia. He's out of the hospital. Brandon Ayuk, he tore his ACL. He's done for the year after signing that contract. George Kittle's hurt. Christian McCaffrey's out. There's a lot of pressure on the 49ers. I'm not going to count them out just yet because I've seen them at 4-6 a couple years ago, and they still got to the NFC Championship. I think they're going to go on a run once again, but they have to string along. How can I put it? They have to string along a string of games to show that they can be consistent, and they're not. I preview this one tomorrow on the site. Be on the lookout.
Ryan.
Yo.
Dallas or Frisco?
Give me the Niners.
John?
Niners.
So, I actually have to go the other way. I think, Christian, what you're right with the handicap is exactly it. But the one difference is CeeDee Lamb is the X factor in that game. And does Dallas's defense show up?
Yeah. If there were ever an opportunity for the Cowboys to finally punch the 49ers in the mouth, this is it.
Yeah.
Kick them up. They're down.
Because they have...
Yeah.
They're down so many... Like you said, Kittle. They're down Chris Cooley. They're down Nick Bosa is questionable. Cooley's questionable. Kittle's questionable. Debo's questionable. Ayuk's out. McCaffrey's still on IR. I think if they don't do it now, it's going to be a long season for Dallas. So gotta give me Dallas. All right. In the Monday night game, the New York Giants are 6.5-point dogs against Pittsburgh.
Steel curtain.
Oh, this is Pittsburgh all fucking day.
Yeah, I think Mike Tomlin made the right decision by switching quarterbacks. He went from Justin Fields to Russell Wilson.
I don't.
Hold on. His name is Russell. Last name Wilson.
There you go.
Yeah, look, the Steelers wanted to push the ball down the field a little bit more, and Russell can do that. Russell looked good. He really did. He was in sync with those.
In the second half, he did. In the first half, he looked like a duck out of water.
Yeah, I mean, well, he hadn't really played, Ronnie, so cut the man some slack.
But here's the thing. There are plays that he was running that and this is the problem when you have not the same type of quarterback. There were plays that if Justin Fields was running quarterback,
mm-hmm.
he would have been out and running 30 yards down the field. Untouched. But because it was Russ, who doesn't really have legs like he used to,
right.
He's sitting in the pocket and dumping the ball off or out of bounds.
I got no legs.
Like, let's face it. if it wasn't for the Kenny Pickens moonball, that game probably would have ended a lot differently for Pittsburgh. But 4 things went the right way for Pittsburgh, and we have the results that we had. Nothing you can do about that. That's football. That's football, Susan. Like, I think Pittsburgh is going to freaking. But back to what we were saying with Pittsburgh, I think it's like the only good thing that came out of the camp right now for the Giants is that the Mara and Tisch gave the vote of confidence to Shannon Dable. That's it. The fact that they'll be back next year.
Yeah.
Like, that is the only good thing that's coming out of Giant camp right now. And it looks like they're going to allow Shannon Dable to draft the next quarterback. Or go out and find the next quarterback. I really don't know who you're going to get when it comes to in the draft, because I don't see anybody that's going into the draft this year that's, actually worth it.
Right.
But, again, no Andrew Thomas. Have fun against TJ Watt. Daniel Jones
How
might
many
get
got left?
That's it.
That's it? Oh,
That's it.
okay.
There's not a lot of news. We pretty much talked about the news going through. The biggest news was about an hour ago. Shannon Dable returning for 2025.
You mean Brian Dable?
No, Shane and Dable.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Brian Dable and Joe Shane.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the GM and
what's
coach.
his name finally showed up with the Jets.
That he signed back on last week. I don't care. He's a fucking cancer. Great, it's gonna help us with our interior line, but it ain't gonna do shit for the long run because he's gonna want a new contract, and the Jets are not gonna really pay him after the shit he pulled. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Hey, Christian, you want to hear something funny?
Sure.
New York actually has had its first champion since 2009.
Mm-hmm.
The WNBA champions, the New York Liberty.
Yeah.
Which apparently still lost $40 million. And they're looking to get out of their CBA next year and go on strike. I will say this before we head off. That is the dumbest fucking thing you can ever fucking do. Oh, well, we're not getting the money we deserve. You're not filling up stadiums.
Yep.
We've talked about this years when it comes to WNBA. Ryan, I know me and you have talked about this when it comes to the WNBA. Yeah, the promotion's there, but you have so much stuff that you could be, and they put a lot of promotion this year behind the WNBA. Once Caitlin Clark got out, no one gave a shit. Now there's one girl that's coming in, that's possibly coming into the league next year, that is drawing some heads, and that's the girl out of UConn. And so that should be interesting. So maybe we're going to get some more there's going to be some new blood going into the WNBA. So maybe we see some changes. But I think the other thing is a lot of these women did not want Caitlin Clark to succeed, and boy, did they fail at that.
Yeah, they really, really did.
Christian, what do you think about that?
It'll be interesting to see.
Well, what do you think about the whole like Caitlin Clark, them trying to fail, like them trying to pretty much hope Caitlin Clark fail?
Yeah, look, all the great ones have haters.
Yeah. But it is what it is. But all right, we ready to bring this home?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, that is our show. If you like what you heard, please follow us on all social media networks under the Report Network. Follow us individually on Twitter at F and Ronnie.
At the Zombie Master.
At Daily Blitz _61. You can catch me on Snowman in the morning tomorrow, 8:35 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, talking some more football with Brian Snow and the guys. Just called the game with him last week, Georgia and Texas. A great guy, a true professional in the industry. I'll be on there tomorrow, looking ahead to Thursday night football and some other things in the NFL.
At Stuntcock STL or ReinarOfficial.com.
And like I said, everything is in the description down below for our referrals and for our affiliate sponsors for these shows. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you heard, please follow us. Like I said, follow us individually. Like we've said, if you like what you heard, tell a friend. If you didn't like what you hear,
Oh, fuck yourself right in the throat.
Hey, yo.
what a cactus.
Deep throat a fucking cactus.
Tell your enemies, but always remind them two different things. One, Bobby Bonilla is still getting paid. And two, there is always a teachable moment, even if it is deep throat in a cactus. But if you don't believe me, then fuck it. That's just a fact of life. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good night.
Good day.